Salute, 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 salute. What's good? What's good? It's your boy Big Fruit in the building. Welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. You already know how it's going down. It is episode 4. Episode 4. God works in mysterious ways. Pay attention to the signs. Real talk. I ended off episode 3. Which is part 1 to this double banger. I ended off episode 3 in 1998 when I was in Sullivan Correctional facility. Yeah, Sullivan was a sweet spot, man. I got the opportunity to meet my boy Dre's daughter. She was a teenager. She surprised me when she told me exactly who I was, and she sat down and held a conversation with me and let me express to her who I was, what happened, and how I felt. That was a very special moment for me, man. And like I said, man, throughout my whole bid, man, I was dealing with that shit eternally, man. It was different times, man. Different times, that shit would just hit me. Like that right there. And on a special event, family festival, that shit hit me, like boom. And I had to man up and deal with this shit, son. I never ran from this shit. Never. You know what I'm saying? I fucked Sullivan up, fucking with my boy Bam. And you'll hear more about that on Loyal to a Fault with St. Laz. Episode 1, Fruit and Bang. So after Sullivan, that was 9/8. I took my show on the road to Attica. Attica was okay, man. We lost Wise when I was in Attica. Rest in peace, Wise. I remember that. Yeah, that was tough. We lost Wise when I was in Attica. Then in 2000, I went down to Shawanga. It's my first trip there. And 2000's a year I'll never forget. A lot of shit transpired in the year 2000. A lot. But we talking about my life. As for my life in 2000, I lost my old earth. Fruitquan, rest in peace. I lost my old earth when I was in Shawanga. I lost it when I was on Keep Lock too. So that was kind of rough. And during that time, my old girlfriend popped up on me again. Real talk. We was corresponding and communicating. One thing led to another. She on a visit. This is no bullshit, son. This is my victim sister. This is why I tell you, son, you can't believe everything you hear. All the rumors, all the villainism, fruit, all the hate, the envy. I'm sitting on a visit with this girl's sister, my ex-girlfriend. Before you know it, man, we doing the whole summer, every weekend. She brought her son up to see me. I had to man up to that. Ain't no more adolescent fruit. Ain't no more badass fruit. Like, you gotta man up and rise up to the occasion. So when I had to sit down with her son and talk to him and tell him who I was and what I did, yo, son, I'm taking on a lot here, bro. Not too many motherfuckers is built like me. That's why motherfuckers envy me. A lot of motherfuckers wish they had the balls, guts, and glory to do the shit I did. Niggas can't carry my jockstrap or walk a mile in my shoes. So I got to man up and talk to this young man. And I did it. And before you know it, son, me and this young lady sitting across the visit, we considering marriage, the whole shit. The whole shit. And I'm all in. She may not have believed me then. She may have not believed me then. But I was all in. And I'm going to tell you why. From the moment that shit happened in 1992 to that very moment when I used to sit across, to those very moments when I used to sit across from her in the visitor room, she was the only person in the world that I felt understood me. She was the only person in the world I felt I didn't have to wear my mask with. she was the only person in the world I didn't have to explain myself. I did it once. Like, I didn't have to like keep revisiting that shit. Like, I was all in. I felt it was the best thing for me at that time. And let me tell you how God worked. We had the streets talking about us. Yo, they bugging. They talking bad about her. Niggas in jail talking bad about me. Yeah, niggas like, yo, that nigga crazy. Fuck is wrong with that nigga? Yeah, they talking bad about her, but we didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We was good. And I'll kid you not, son. My grandmama, she had love for her. She had love for Sean. She wasn't against it. Only thing she would say was, make sure that's what y'all want to do. That's all she had to say. So we off and running. We excited. We happy to be together again and shit. And out of nowhere, son, if a motherfucker was in Sullivan Correctional Facility with me in the year 2000 when this shit happened to me, they could verify, son. This is no cap. Out of nowhere, I'm working in the mess hall. Me and two other niggas. No problems, no smoke, no beef. Not with me. I ain't got no beef with nobody, no police, no nothing. I'm the new nigga. They been up here a while. They sent the three of us to our cell. Yo, go to your cell. Get to my cell. Yo, y'all niggas locked up. For what? Like, yo, the captain locked y'all up. So I immediately go from 0 to 100. The captain, because I had a beef with the captain when he was in another jail. So I'm like, oh, I know why this nigga locked me up. He's a dickhead. Fuck that nigga. Eat a dick. So I go crazy. I go crazy on his pigs. They tier 3 me. They tier 3 the other two dudes because they had a beef with the police who ran the mess hall. So they put us in one bunch and locked us up. And they gave us these bogus ass tickets. Tier 3 work stoppage. They said we held a meeting in the motherfucking mess hall and told all the workers to refuse working if they don't give us coffee and tea. Like, that's how stupid some of these niggas are who got the right tickets in prison. That's all he could come up with. And they jacked that shit at the hearing. I mean, we had every single motherfucker who worked in the mess hall come to the hearing like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? But they still served us and sent us out to jail. But anyway, when they locked me up for this bozo shit, I go to the box. And my ex-girl giving it to me, son. She giving it to me. You punk motherfucker. You ain't want to marry me, that's all you had to say. Like she is livid, son. She really feel I played her. I can see her feeling that way. But I'm sitting in this motherfucking cell in the box. In the summer, so it was summer. I was getting ready to go in the winter, so it wasn't hot. I'm sitting in this fucking cell in the box with this tier 3 ticket for some shit I ain't do. And I got her cursing me out. This shit crazy. First day I'm up there, I get a piece of mail. The very first mail I received in that box. My grandmother. Love you, hold your head. You staying some shit. What's going on now? I know you don't drink coffee, so what the fuck they talking about? And then she touched on the topic of me and the young lady. She said, I'm sorry what happened, but God works in mysterious ways, and we all must pay attention to the signs. Those were the words of my grandmama. So needless to say, man, me and homegirl ain't never get married. After she cursed me out, she went on her way because she felt I was full of shit when that wasn't the case. I went on my way because maybe that wasn't the best thing for me. You understand what I'm saying? But I say that to say, man, it was love for fruit, bro. This new shit, this hate and envy for me, man, that's some new shit, bro. And I'm not going to feed into it. Nah, man. Because we all know what it is. So now, after 2000, I go to Upstate Box for the first time. That shit blow my mind. Word, I thugged it out in that shit. After I beat a bunkie up, all that stupid shit. I told the story on St. Lat's. I went to Auburn. I get to Auburn. I get there with one of my childhood friends, and I'm telling the nigga like, yo, this is what was about to go down. So when I break that shit down to him, he like, yo, son, you was bugging. Like, what was you thinking? And I told him straight how I felt. Like, what was I thinking? Like I told y'all, I told him. I felt she was the only person in the world that understood me, man. She knew my heart. Fuck all the drama. Like that was my honest take. Niggas was like, nah, it don't work like that, son. That was her sister. It don't work like that. And she didn't feel that way, and I didn't feel that way because we knew it was an accident, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had to get scolded by a couple OGs in 01 like, yo, little nigga, you bugging. But, you know, it is what it is. Need to say 01, by the time 03 came, oh my God. 03, it took me from 1993 to 2003 to hit Sing Sing Correctional Facility. I hit Sing Sing Correctional Facility in 2003. Now, Sing Sing Correctional Facility has a history. And this is the first time I'm going to sit here and tell you that's one prison I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it. You know why? Because so much shit go down in Sing Sing, man. It's crazy. And anytime a nigga open their mouth about Sing Sing, man, he doing too much talking. Period. So, salutes to all the brothers in Sing Sing getting their education in the theology program, those master's degrees and all that shit from Ball College. Salute. Real talk. But I did Sing Sing 03. Now, the incarceration of Fruitquan, a teenage love begins. Yeah. When I leave Sing Sing in 03, I go to Fishkill Correctional Facility in 2004. Yeah, I did a year in Sing Sing. I got there in 03 from Attica. I lasted a year. Sing Sing sent me to my very first medium, which was Fishkill. 2004, I entered Fishkill Correctional Facility. And this is where I'm going to end episode 4 by letting you know episode 5 is coming. The incarceration of Fruitquan, a teenage love. Episode 5. Listen, y'all know where it's going. Y'all know where it's going. This content is fire, son. So y'all stay tuned.